wake up the next morning, late in the morning, as you all went to bed just before dawn. The fires have settled, some causing much destruction, but the destruction that could have happened definitely was reduced due to you all imposing yourselves and being the best heroes you could. The damage was definitely mitigated to some extent. The next morning, you wake up at the Half-Thorn Ale House. There is just a lot going on in the city today. People are kind of like starting to it's like that post-disaster mode. Fires are a big problem in larger cities, and today there were people, or this previous evening, there were people who lost their homes. There were people whose businesses have been completely disrupted. Now there are people whose homes are partially destroyed, now have to be fixed. It is also it is a market day. Like to some extent, the business of the city is still going on because life has to go on. So there were farmers and stuff that have come into town to sell their stuff. There's wool and winter crops and leather, and all of these people have come into town to do business. They still need to do business. They still need to provide for their families. So the market is still taking place to some extent, and the Half-Thorn Ale House is right on the edge of the market. So you're hearing the commotion of the market, as well as the commotion of the beginnings of construction and destruction and renovation, and people are coming in and out of the ale house and in. As you all wake up, it is probably at the earliest 2 hours until noon. Pilot, you would awaken first until this happened, as you do not require as much rest as the other two. Ilikhal and Alfonz, you would wake up later in the day, as you do need to get a full rest, and you want a full rest. You had you arrived in town and did a day's worth of stuff, and then like it's kind of like when you have like an assignment due at midnight and you woke up for class at 7:30, and that assignment just didn't get done until 11:59. So you're out until the end of the day on Saturday, or middle of the day on Saturday. You all pushed your limits. Alfonz, you discovered your limits. As you all wake up, what is your plan for the day?
I am going to wait for Alfonz and Ilikhal to exit the tavern.
Okay.
I don't think they're very happy to see me.
I don't think we have much left to do in Westfolk, do we?
No.
Yeah. Like, we could follow up on the drow thing. I don't know if there's much in that for us, or if we just want to keep going.
I'm conjuring a familiar. First thing.
Okay.
Oh?
Okay.
While you guys are chatting, let me just think.
Yeah, so you wake up. All right. You wake up about an hour before Ilikhal does. Ilikhal, you wake up to the very strange smell of incense and herbs and charcoal and fresh leafy things. And for a second, as you start to wake up, you have that moment of thinking you were somewhere else. Like this reminds you of traveling with your people. This reminds you of your mother, as she would perform different rituals. This reminds you of the different incense and herbs that would be occasionally burned to ward off spirits, or to purify things, or even just like sometimes you burn a little bit of incense, makes your tent smell a lot nicer. This is not the usual smell of an inn, or traveling with a company of people, traveling with soldiers, or traveling with jongleurs. It is the smell of magic and nature, kind of all at once. As you wake up, you see Alfonz sitting in front of the fire, and he is making a variety of gestures. as well as speaking words that you do not understand. It is a mixture of incantation and Elvish and common, and there are occasionally words that like they sound like words, like it's like Simish, like it's the right amount of syllables for a word, but the actual noises don't make sense. And Alfonz, as you are going through these motions and these mystical symbols, you toss the last bit of incense and herbs into the fire, and a purple smoke begins to burn and goes up the chimney. And the smoke fills the fireplace in the room. And it is so dense that you can't see the back of the fireplace. It is consuming the entire fireplace opening. And you see sparkles begin to twinkle in the smoke. And the smoke takes shape. And it forms different sort of like features. At one moment it forms the contorted body of a snake. In another moment, you see the wiggling of a fish swimming upriver. You see the scurrying of a rat. You see the 8 legs of a spider climbing through its web. You see the wings of a bat. And in a moment, the smoke clears. And hopping out from the fireplace is a tiny owl. And now it looks around. And it looks at you. And it hops and it flutters a little bit right up to your shoulder and perches on your shoulder. What does the owl look like?
It looks like a little great horned owl. And I say, "It has been a long time, my friend."
And it like nips in your hair, just like little pickings in your hair, and you see it. Ilikhal, you see it. The owl ruffles its feathers, and it poofs up a little bit, and then it shakes, and then it settles, just perfectly on Alfonz's shoulder. Like
Ilikhal just like, what the hell?
Kind of does like the owly thing, looks around back at you. There it is.
It's turned its head all the way around.
Yep, all the way around and back. And it is the most well-behaved owl. Ilikhal, you have been around people who train animals, who train hunting birds, who train hawks and owls and eagles. And you've never seen an owl behave this way, or any trained bird. Usually they're a little more manic. You just kind of chilling. Just kind of like, all right, I live here.
And for Ilikhal's note, Alfonz is looking the cleanest he has ever looked. Before I started this, I casted prestidigitation on myself just to look good for the owl. So I'm looking
Bold of you
sharp.
to assume Ilikhal notes anything.
Well, just in case, I'm looking good.
All right, good to know.
Indeed.
Is that a cantrip, or did you waste a
Cantrip.
slot?
Cantrip.
It is a cantrip.
Okay.
Best cantrip ever. Can do almost anything.
You can make terrible wine taste good.
Yeah,
Probably.
you can cool it or warm it or make it smell funny. Yeah. So you are in place with your familiar. Does your familiar have a name?
When the time is right.
Got him.
It'll be there. It'll be there.
It'll be there.
Frantically looks at his pencils.
I've got another
Ticonderoga. See, it sucks because my pens are named Pilot, and that's already taken. All right,
First time I've ever seen.
you have now a owl, tiny beast, unaligned. Its AC is 11. It has roll a d4.
That's a 3.
Your familiar has 2 hit points.
Okay.
It is a 5-foot flying. It is a 5-foot walking speed, a 60-foot flying speed. The rest of its stats. It does have dark vision, passive perception of 13. It doesn't really speak any languages, but it understands you. It is a small celestial taking the form of a tiny owl. Not a tiny owl. The owl is, by definition, tiny. Meaning it is smaller than small.
Cool.
All right. Alfonz is clean. Has a pet. Ilikhal got a good night's rest. Pilot's on the roof. All right. What is the plan going forward? I'm not going to. I can't make you guys do anything yet. You guys gotta choose to leave town, or choose to go shopping again, or choose to decide to be pirates.
Breakfast.
Breakfast sounds good.
All
All
right.
right, you go downstairs. They are serving breakfast. It is a very like kind of a hard and fast breakfast. They are trying to get turnover in the restaurant in the morning. There is bread. There is there are bowls of oatmeal ready. There are a rasher of bacon and like a little it's like a fruit cup. It's like a fruit preserve. It's way early in the season for like real fruit, but it's like an apple preserved, like kind of like when you get like the little
Little jello
cups.
like
Mhm.
fruit things.
Yeah. It's a kind of sugary. You actually see a few people are taking the fruit cup and like an oatmeal and then kind of give it a
Smart.
little bit of something. But yeah, they've got ice water coffee. There are some people that seem to be having like an ale with their breakfast or something, like hair of the dog style. But they look
You know what? They
look
need
like
it.
They need it.
They need
yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah, they deserve it.
but it is very very hard and fast breakfast. Like you get this like sense of urgency with the wait staff and the bartender and everything. Or they're looking for turnover. It's a market day. There are a lot of people trying to come in and go out. And actually, they're about to start serving lunch. Like you're getting the very last. So like the oatmeal is like
Cold.
a little warmer than room temperature. Like it's not hot. It's not.
Mine is.
The bacon is you could heat.
You know what?
the
Alfonz
I've
is
heated
in
up
now.
both bowls.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks.
Nice. Yeah, and the bacon is, I mean, like room temperature bacon's still good bacon.
No. I'm
but
definitely
yeah,
getting one of those iced coffees.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll have one too.
Thanks for including that.
Yeah, and you get your breakfast, you eat it. It is satisfying enough. Nothing fancy here today, at least for breakfast, lunch, brunch time. As you are sitting and eating, tons of people come in, tons of people go out. It is busy because you were just off of the market square. Some other individuals seem to be like waking up late as you. A lot of people like that are coming down to get food right now. They have like ash still like kind of on their face, like they haven't bathed yet or anything. Even some of the people that are coming in to get food, like you note like ash on clothes, like the like markings of like ash along like their forearms and hands, or like where their hands have been just barely cleaned, and like their hands are clean but like everything else is just covered. Just no, like all of the obvious signs of cleanup and work are just everywhere. I assume you leave after breakfast. As you head out, Pilot, you notice your companions leaving the restaurant and inn.
I eat myself down the building.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check.
Backflip.
That is a. Oh, that's a 7.
Uh-oh.
You eat yourself.
As you climb down, you grab onto part of the facade in the front of the building, and it's not actually like physical structure. It's a facade. And you grip, and you're probably about 10 feet off the ground, and it comes off, and you slip, and you fall, and like you land on your feet, but you fell a little too far to like completely absorb it. You land, you bend your knees, and you end up just butt planting onto the ground, and it hurts, but it's not quite enough to do damage. But like, if you'd rolled like 2 less, who knows?
Oof.
Just a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
Alfonz and I are just like, okay. Yep.
You
Rough
see
night.
the pilot arrives down at ground level with you all.
Pilot, or I don't know. I keep saying pilot.
Ronald,
Ronald,
Philip,
good to see you. Philip, John.
Morning.
barely.
I love how
It
we're
is
in such high
now-
spirits and everyone else in the town is just like,
It
womp.
is about an hour from midday at this point. It's probably like 11 a.m. So like the sun is like approaching high in the sky. What is it? What's the plan for today?
Do any of you have any more business in town?
Do you
No.
guys
I
need
think-
rations or anything?
No, I think we went shopping yesterday, right?
Yes, you
yeah,
did get
okay.
rations yesterday.
I think we best get out of here.
Oh, it is also the first day of spring.
Hmm.
Did not mention that. It is the first day of spring. It is the spring equinox. It is the day will be just as long as the night, starting at dawn. Dawn to the next dawn.
Given it being the spring equinox, we'll have more daylight today than most, so let's make use of it.
This is
Every
already
day
noon.
going forward, we'll have more daylight than today.
Well, it gets like, oh, I guess so. Yeah, no, it's not vernal, right?
You're halfway.
Yeah.
You've had longer and longer days ever since the winter solstice.
Yes, I think we should get going.
All right. As you all, okay, so I'm gonna show you the map.
That would be
You've probably
lovely.
been looking at the map. So you are all, nope, this one. So you're leaving West Fork, and you're going to be headed towards Storm's Fall. We are, of note, we are in Ilikhal. This is home territory for you. Your tribe roams the mountains, so you're in the foothills here. The mountains, like, they do creep up into the West Fork runoff Storm's Fall area. It's just impossible to draw a map with
We
mountains on
spent
it.
a lot of time in Barrett's Mill, particularly, so I know this road
Yeah.
pretty well.
Barrett's Mill is actually it's like kind of a town, but it's a big lumber area. So your tribe will actually, like, Barrett's Mill is in the mountains technically. West Fork, it's in the complete foothills. Like that's why it's up and down. Like that's why you came over a ridge and like could see down into the town. So through your travels from West Fork to Storm's Fall is all going to be foothills and up and down, and like you could easily like drift off into the mountains themselves. Just south of town is where like the mountainous region starts. Probably 2 miles out of town is like mountain, like technically. Like you're starting to like you're going from hiking to climbing pretty quick. Less than 2 miles. And the road meanders up the foothills and around and etc. There are Ilikhal, your tribe would often go from the region just west of runoff through the mountains, and usually the farthest east they would travel is just east of Storm's Fall, but your people would also travel deep into the mountains and occasionally all the way across to the other side. So you might not have as much east to west travel, but your people knew the passes to get across the mountains.
Occasionally we would help travelers across, right? If they didn't want to go around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's where like the outside income sustaining your tribe kind of came from, was both fur trading and other rare like herbs and mountainous collection, as well as acting as like essentially Sherpas to groups of travelers that were willing to pay to cross the mountains entirely. Your tribe is probably one of less than a handful that could actually cross the Storm's Fall or the Storm Range Mountains in winter. You've done it in your lifetime once, and it was incredibly grueling. You were probably around 11 when it happened. You were just like cresting out of like actual like small childhood into like almost adulthood time, and you just remember. You remember like snow drifts up to like your neck at the time, which was probably like 5 or 6 feet. And you remember the gruesomeness and the cold, and the animals that are out in that are scary. But that is what you recall of that. So it would not be unusual. That's the people of Westfork have not responded oddly to you here. Like they've actually seen members of your tribe. Occasionally, as your tribe passed through this area, they would have delegations go out and go into town and pick up everything from weapons to crafted goods to lumber or anything. That's why you're a little more familiar with Barrett's Mill, as you did a little bit of your tribe would do a little bit of lumber trade for crafting any like cart repair or anything that needed like fresh wood.
That's why the bed was almost big enough for you.
That is why the bed was almost big enough.
It was exactly big enough,
Mm-hmm.
technically.
It was just big enough. Head on the headboard, feet on the footboard, just big enough for Ilikhal. And Ilikhal is of average Goliath height. There were some members of your tribe that were taller. There were some members of your tribe that were shorter. Your twin sister, she's just a hair shorter, but a lot more lithe than you. A little more dexterous. You're the strong one. She's the quick one. Often, that is what you would fight over. Is you'd be like, let's arm wrestle, and she'd be like, how about we parkour challenge? You're like, no. She'd be like, I'm not gonna arm wrestle then. But you're gonna be traveling from Westfork to Storm's Fall over the next week, probably about a week. It might be a little shorter, depending. Really, the amount of time travel, the distance between the Roaring Crossroads and Westfork is a little more. But as you travel through this region, this is where the storms start. That's Storm's Fall is a very literal name. It is where the storms come in from the north, and they end here. So this region is a lot greener. Even through the winter, there's a lot of growth. There are wintergreens, and there are a lot of winter plants that survive. There's a lot of snow through here through the winter. Like, of course, the snow comes all the way down, but at this time, right at the vernal equinox, we're starting to get those spring rains. So everything is already starting to pick up and bloom. And from this point on, it will be green and lush and awesome on the days where it's sunny. But you're going to encounter a lot of rain. You're going to encounter a lot of like dreary days where it's very overcast. And the travel from Westfork to Storm's Fall is all through foothills and up and down and through gullies. And as the spring melts start, small creeks become larger creeks. Large creeks become small rivers. And everything starts to come to life. The animals start to wake up from hibernation. And like the people start to travel more. The roads are they're probably going to be muddy, and like you're gonna get those spots where you like sink in, and you have to be careful not to pull your foot out of your boots as you're going. And you're gonna see a lot more people traveling. So should you be looking to leave the city today, you may. You will be leaving on the east road.
Mm-hmm.
So you leave out the east gate, traveling east on the west road, which is the most complicated thing I'm going to say. The west road runs from Storm's Fall out to run off all the way to the sea, as opposed to the east road, which leaves east out of Storm's Fall to the edge of the Storm Range Mountains. And then the King's Road runs north out of Storm's Fall. The Queen's Road is what you just traveled down.
I put my elbow out a little bit for my owl to hop down, and I just say, "Spread your wings, my friend," and let him fly off in the direction that we're walking.
Okay. he or she.
He.
He can travel as far as you want under orders. Like he can travel away.
Mm-hmm. But I can only see through his eyes through 100 feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. You can see through his eyes like forever.
Oh,
like
okay.
no matter how far away he goes. Is how I'm going to rule this. Because this is one of those. This is a thing that is like iffy. So you can give him an order to like fly a quarter of a mile away, and you can see through his eyes and hear what he hears. But he has to immediately have an order to come back, or you have to be within 100 feet to give and receive an order.
Okay.
So you could say, hey, fly a quarter mile and then fly a quarter mile back, and he will do that. And you could see through his eyes at any point, but you have to be within 100 feet to actually communicate that. If he's within 100 feet at all times, you can tell him to do whatever, whenever, and he can actually deliver touch spells for you.
Yeah, that's kind of the plan. I kind of want him circling within like 100-foot radius. Yeah.
Okay.
A little radar.
So he will be aware. Okay. As you begin to travel east on the West Road, it is just before noon as you leave town. So the sun's high in the sky. As you begin to travel over the first, just outside of town, within the first half an hour, the road goes from like busy people trying to get in, people leaving, to like things start to clear. Like people are headed to their homes that are just outside of town. People are headed to jobs outside of town. There are a few rangers that are ranging. There are a few. You still see like the last like struggling people, the people that camped a little too far away the night before, or staying in town like the people that are making it real late to market are passing like right as you are leaving town. Within the first hour of leaving town, probably around the 45-minute to an hour mark, Alfonz, you are alerted mentally by your familiar of movement in the trees to the south. A lot of movement, clumsily moving. You'd have to look through. Okay, So as you are notified of this movement, you've given like instruction to like, hey, tell me if you see anything. You get this. It's non-verbal. It is emotion, and it's hard to describe out loud the connection between a familiar and their wizard or host.
What happens to me? Because I imagine like I kind of like warg and my eyes go. Do I drop?
So you stop.
Okay.
So you could.
I grab Ilikhal and I just kind of stop.
It's the equivalent of you could close your eyes and keep walking, but you're blind.
Mm-hmm.
You
just grab onto my arm, keep walking.
Arm stop, grabbed. Pilot, you're a little confused. You close your eyes.
I'm very
confused. Your vision is overtaken. You sound for less than a moment. It sounds as if you were underwater. And then you realize the sound is actually the wind.
Okay.
As you are now high above the ground, looking down through the various the trees and things, you can easily see down into the trees. It's not like tight wooded area. And you see for a moment, you see where your own self is located. You realize you were looking at yourself. And then you realize your vision realizes where yourself is, you note there is an individual. This individual is
big.
No, they are a medium humanoid. They look to be humanoid. From what you can see, you're probably 30, 35 feet in the air, taller than trees. They are armored, and they carry a shield. They're armored in studded leather. They carry a shield, and they appear to be holding a hand crossbow. And what you note is they are fighting a foe that you can't see very well. Mostly the individual is attacking. As you it depends what you want to do. You see this individual with a crossbow and a shield, and they're rustling through the trees, and you notice they're making a lot of noise, and they appear to be doing they appear to be in combat with something else.
Mhm.
They lower their crossbow on their shield, and you see them take a shot with the hand crossbow. They kneel and shoot with the hand crossbow. It appears they catch something on their shield. What you do notice in a moment, they are hooded, and in a moment, the hood comes off their head, and they shield their eyes from the sun.
Mhm.
And you notice the completely black skin and white hair, and the hand as they shield their eyes. I guess they shield their eyes with the crossbow, and you notice as they reach to shield their eyes from the sun, they pull their hood back up. You notice the completely darkened skin along their forearm as well. It appears to be a drow individual.
I just say drow.
Where?
Do I have like an orientation of where my bird went?
Mhm.
Can I point in that direction?
Yeah. So what you saw was looking back in your owl looked back into the left and saw you, and directly below and maybe a little bit to the right was where they are. So they are forward and to the right from you.
Okay.
Probably 125, 150 feet through. You're in a wooded area.
Yeah.
It's not like an immediate, and it appears it's potentially it's over the like crest of a hill a little bit, so it's a little bit downhill from you, which is why you don't have like line of sight on that location.
I put my hand on Alfon's shoulder and ask him, "Do you want me to go check it out?"
He's in combat.
It'll be quick, if anything. I could make it sneaky.
All right. I think that would be best. I'll keep watching.
I go by. I ask Ilikhal, "Do you want to be with him while he is keeping watch?"
Yes, I think it is best I wait with him. Also, I have a disadvantage on stealth, so
Yeah,
Oh.
your armor, right?
yeah.
It's probably not gonna take that long, but I do have a skill called Light Step. So if I travel alone for an hour or more, I could move
It's
stealthily
not
in
that
and
long. It is.
yeah.
It is like 30 seconds of
Yeah.
like if you run, it is not far.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But yeah, I would like to stealth sneak up to have a better look at what's going on.
All right, so you travel, make a stealth check.
That is a 24.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
As you weave between the trees, both of you lose track of Pilot almost immediately. Pilot has this the clothing they're wearing. It looks so like ragged. Like as you're traveling through the city, you're traveling on roads, and then you realize how much of a purpose it serves. Like Pilot has crafted this outfit to work in nature so well. It is almost like natural camouflage. Their cloak, which looks dirty and rough and gross like all the time, is actually it's like it looks like muddy and leafy. It looks like they roll around in the dirt, and maybe they do. But the second they step into like the woods of the trees, the way they move, it is almost as if they become invisible sometimes. And you immediately, like they get 15 feet away, and you suddenly lose track of them. They're moving fast and somehow still incredibly stealthy. Pilot, as you are moving through the wood towards the direction where you heard this, what you come across is about 150 feet away. You see what appears to be a drow in armor and with a shield, ducking between and hiding behind trees and popping out and firing a crossbow. At one point, they sheath the crossbow. It's a really interesting mechanism that you're curious about, but don't care that much in the moment. They draw a short sword. They appear to be doing battle with 3 or 4 figures that are almost like they're almost ethereal. They're this. It looks like they're made out of wind occasionally. Like they kind of appear, and it looks like 3 women made of leaves and grass, and they fade into view, and they appear to be attacking this drow, and it is doing like fierce battle with them. And the second it starts to get a leg up in the fight against one, another one attacks, and it has to back away, and it seems like it's making all the noise. Like there are branches and things breaking and stomping and the sound of leaves, and it is quite noisy. But these figures keep appearing and are hurting Drow. And at one moment, the Drow swings its sword, and one of the creatures like dissolves, and the other two, you hear. It sounds like the sound of a large tree in the forest breaking. It's this every tree, every great tree, as it gives over to gravity in nature, there's this immense wrenching, and it's a scream. It's almost as if trees in the forest, as they finally give over into giving up and losing to nature, as they break, there's this intense wrenching and screech noise as the tree breaks and falls. And you hear this noise as the Drow slices through. The other two immediately double in. You see this happening.
How does the Drow look? Like, is he bleeding or?
He's having like a fight, but he's pretty like well. He looks like he's well kitted out, and looks like he's probably gonna win this fight, but they are really giving him a lot of trouble.
Can I stealthily?
I would have to roll nature or arcana check to know what the creatures are.
Can I see them through the eyes of?
Yes. So make a nature or arcana check.
It's just a
I would like to
nature. Arcana.
Arcana is 9.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite. They
didn't think so.
There's something foresty. They're foresty creatures.
Too high up.
Yeah. It really looks like women are materializing out of wind and leaves and just clubbing him. Like it's like a club or something will materialize, and they're just bashing him. Pilot, what would you like to do?
Can I stealthily enter combat and throw a dagger at one of the wind ladies?
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yes, let me set up initiative. Staff, I need you to roll initiative.
That's a 19.
I'm gonna tap Ilikhal on the shoulder and just be like, "It looks like Ronald's engaging in combat."
Yes, please roll initiative, you two as well.
All right.
15.
Oh, 9.
Nice.
Okay, that works out well. That's how much space I have. Ilikhal on 9. Okay. Pilot, you are up first.
Mm-hmm.
No battle map. There is within 25 feet of you is the Drow, and 2 Drow, 2 creatures. 2 creatures. We'll go with that.
So are the Drow creatures within 5 feet of the, or is the wind creatures in 5 feet of the Drow?
Yes, but the Drow isn't necessarily an ally, so you would not get sneak attack.
I would assume the Drow is the enemy, considering last night.
Neither of these creatures are necessarily allies nor enemies.
Yeah.
These are third and fourth parties fighting.
I run up to the closest wind creature.
Okay.
And attack it with my rapier.
Okay.
That's not gonna hit. That's a 6.
That is not enough. Okay, so you run up to the nearest creature of wind and leaves. You would have gotten sneak attack because you were hidden up to that point. But you swipe with your rapier, and it kind of dissolves a little bit and just passes through this creature. The Drow is like really surprised at your entrance. All the creatures are, but they're like, "Whoa, okay." You swipe and miss. It goes to the creatures now. The one you swipe through rematerializes, and it's facing you now, and it is going to attack you. It has it materializes. It looks like a club. That is a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. 5 damage. As you're clunked by this club-esque thing. The other one is going to attack the drow. That is a 18 to hit. Will hit, dealing some amount of damage. Up next is Alfonz. You're up.
How far away are we?
You are, as you traveled while Pilot was doing this, you are about 90 feet away from this.
Okay. I like my distance, so I'm going to, for me...
You, from your current position, can't see any of this happening.
Okay. Okay, so maybe move towards, like, being able to see?
You probably need to be within, like, 60 feet.
Okay.
So, like, a whole movement will get you, like, in, like, maybe sight.
Okay. Maybe sight is perfect. So, yeah, let's move.
Okay. You move through the trees. You can you glimpse Pilot and this other humanoid fighting these two ethereal things.
I cast Magic Missile at the one that attacked Pilot.
Okay, at the creature.
Yes.
Okay. That is this one.
With 11 damage.
Okay. It pew pew pew. It gets hit by 3 magic missiles. It goes to the drow. The drow is surprised by Pilot's entrance, but is going to take advantage of that. Maybe not an ally, but the drow wants to kind of get out of there. The drow is actually going to use the disengage action, and is going to run. There's now someone else bothering with these creatures. The drow, you don't know what caused this to occur. The drow is going to disengage, and the drow is going to run the distance.
What direction?
South. Headed mountainward, we'll say. Towards the mountains. Ultimately. What's your movement speed? 30 feet. It will move 30 feet. Trying to get out of there. And it uses the disengage action, so the creature is like... Alfonz, you're too far away to hear. Pilot, you hear them speaking in Sylvan. Alfonz, you're too far away. You're 60 feet away.
What about my bird?
Like,
my bird's
you have
right
to be actively looking through its eyes.
Okay.
And you cast Magic Missile through your own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to Ilikhal.
I'm within 100 feet, and I can communicate telepathically, though.
Yes.
That doesn't mean
Okay.
you can
Yeah. never
hear
mind.
everything.
To see and hear, you have to like be actively doing that.
Okay.
I assume I can't see any of this. Like I don't know that the drow ran away.
You see Alfonz run ahead. You were kind of left behind. So that's what you can see. Alfonz about 30 feet ahead of you. You see him cast Magic Missile. You can't see whom at.
All right. But I'm gonna run and dash to get 60 feet closer.
Okay, 30 feet. You catch up with Alfonz. You can see the drow running from these other creatures. Pilot is engaged with 130 more feet. You're about 30 feet away from the two, and that would be your turn, right? You don't have a
that's
bonus
it.
action you wish to use.
No.
You could.
How many rages do I have?
Pew, pew, pew.
There it is. I knew that's.
As soon as you said bonus action.
You could.
I'm
have
within
to.
50. Yeah. No, I will. Most of the things are within 30 feet. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Bonus
The drow
action,
is
enter
60
a
feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Raw.
Angry.
Angry.
Kate going last.
Ooh, we got a new one.
Hey, good. Finally, not light beam thing. What's it do?
I teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space I can see.
There you go.
So I'm gonna teleport to like within 5 feet of one of the wind things. Yeah.
Okay.
And I could
You.
and I could do that on my turns as a bonus action until my rage ends.
Very cool.
Now that we're within
that
range,
part.
can we get a better description than wind things? What are we seeing?
Looks
I'm
like
picturing a Spriggan.
close. Looks like that.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like a Grinch.
It kind of does.
Broccoli Grinch.
You can
Looks flammable.
Alfonz, you failed to identify it through
Okay.
your creature's eyes. Pilot Ilikhal, you could make a nature arcana check.
That would have to be an action, though, wouldn't it?
I will allow it as a non-action because you're not like
Okay.
you're just trying to discern what this thing is on site. Like, am I aware of what this thing is?
Okay.
It's not like let me examine it for weaknesses. kind of
Yeah.
thing. I will tell you what it's called
I don't know.
for free.
Ilikhal doesn't know.
Ilikhal does not know. Ilikhal not that smart.
Yep.
You live here.
He hasn't
Would
seen
you like
this.
to?
I rolled a 13 for Arcana.
13 for Arcana will do it. These are dryads.
Thought
Tree
so.
spirits.
Fuck, why are we fighting tree spirits?
I don't know.
They are
Pilots have started
medium fae.
attacking them. We should have attacked the drow.
They are fae.
Yeah, I was reacting.
And now I can't even chase after the drow because I don't know it. I don't know it ran away.
It is your turn. You saw it trying to leave. You saw it exit. It's
Did I?
30 feet down the board. You saw like all of this happen simultaneously.
Okay.
You like chased after Alfonz, got really angry, dashed, and then pewed, and so like you're aware it's head south.
I thought I couldn't. Can I retcon that I teleported 30 feet closer to where the drow was running? Because I didn't know I even saw them.
You would still be 30 feet away, so you can be near the dryads. Like it's
Or near the drow. What did I say? Dryads?
you pewed to the dryads near Pilot. The drow is run 30 feet south.
Yeah.
So like you kind of it's gone like this way. You could go like edge of the triangle, but you're still gonna be 30 feet from it.
Yeah, I know, but I want to try to chase it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, you can be
Yeah.
closer.
Okay, thanks.
And how far away is the drow from me? Is it 30 feet from me?
It is 30 feet from you.
I disengage from the tree spirit.
As a bonus action, you have disengaged from the tree spirit. Yes.
And I go after the drow. So
Okay.
I run right up to the drow.
Okay, you run up to the drow.
And I end my turn there, and I don't attack the drow.
You can still do things as an action. Like you take the dodge action, just make yourself harder to hit.
You could grapple or try to.
You could grappling would stop it from moving.
You know what? I'll try to grapple the drow.
Okay, that is an attack made with opposing strength checks. Make a strength athletics check.
Oh no.
That's a 5 on the dice.
Okay. Plus your athletic score.
Athletics is
Opposed by its
no,
acrobatics.
my strength is 0.
Oh, that is
Yikes.
What?
is what it is.
I guess.
I mean, that adds up.
Yeah,
Their dex build.
Yeah.
My character's a dex build, yeah.
And it rolls higher than that
Damn it.
on acrobatics. It chooses to dodge or like avoid your grapple athletically instead of forcefully. Not athletically, dexterously, acrobatically avoid, not athletically avoid. That is Pilot's turn. Goes to the dryads. The dryad that was fighting Pilot is going to the dryad that was fighting you is going to move 30 feet closer to Alfonz. And Alfonz, you're going to see this. It wispily it moves, but it appears to disperse as it moves. It kind of come back and assemble. And this female-ish fae appears in front of you, and it looks you in the eyes, and it cocks its head and it says, "Help, please. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw against being charmed."
It's a 19.
Okay, you succeed. You feel the dryad beckon you and attempt to says help please, and you feel the charm try to take over and you ignore it.
What about the other one?
Other one is trying to decide. It was fighting the drow, and now this other creature is there, but now the other creature kind of, and then there was the magic missile. It's confused.
I think we all are.
Yeah, 3 parties are difficult. It is going to step to the side and touch a tree, and you see it dissolve into a tree. and it steps out in front of it steps out of a tree 20 feet ahead of the drow. And you see it put up its hand, and it casts a spell. The 20-foot square in between it and the drow and Pilot, weeds and vines sprout, starting from the point directly in front of them, and the area is turned into difficult. Actually, it's going to be up through. It's going to be including Pilot. It's going to be the 20 feet from it. It's going to come out just in front of you guys, 20 feet, and cast this spell.
So are they like in the middle of the square, or?
Yes, they're
Okay.
in the last 5-foot area of the square. So it's
Okay.
4 20-foot squares. And they are just at the edge of it, in the direction the drow is headed. Pilot, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Guess who got her first nat 1?
Hey.
Oh, you were just saying you hadn't.
Oh no.
There it is.
Man.
Rip.
Good run.
Yeah. This one served me well. go-
Pilot, as you were standing there trying to grapple the drow, it dodges out of your way. This dryad steps out from a tree 20 feet ahead of where you both were moving, and it appears to cast a spell. And these vines and roots climb up out of the ground, and they lash themselves around you both. And you both you shake, and you are both restrained.
Dice jail.
Essentially. You can use your action to make a strength check against the Dryad's spell save DC.
Difficult terrain is just half movement speed, right?
Yes. You check the restrained condition. If you are restrained, your speed is 0 and you can't benefit from any bonus to your speed. You cannot move. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws while you are restrained. It's Alfonz, you're up. You see the drow try to lead. You see Pilot chase the drow. Pilot tries to grab the drow. Does not succeed. The dryad touches a tree and moves into it and appears ways in front of them. Casts some sort of spell. They are grappled by. They are both grappled by roots and vines.
So they're incapacitated.
They are restrained. They are held in place.
Okay. And how far are they away from me?
You're 30 feet away. They're 60 feet away.
Right. I don't know what to do with this thing in my face. I don't want to fight it.
And the other one is 30 feet. Just looked at you and tried to charm you.
Mm-hmm.
You were aware that it tried to charm you.
So I'm aware that it charmed me. So like kind of like in a role RP, Stanton, can I just be like, I'll help you by helping my friend? It's like I heard that, but it just wasn't effective. I don't know if they can communicate. Like I speak Sylvan, so I kind of threw it out.
It said help me
Mm-hmm.
was more of the
Lure.
The beckon of the charm.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the words they chose. So the way the Fey charm works is, you might be aware of that. They target one humanoid or beast within 30 feet of her. If the target can see it, they must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be magically charmed. The charmed creature regards the dryad as a trusted friend to be heeded and protected. Although the target is under the control, it takes the dryad's request or actions in the most favorable way. So that was its request.
Mm-hmm.
As it attempted. It's hard to say it's not a attack on you, because it kind of is.
Mm-hmm.
But also it can't be like, hey, stab yourself. Like, so it's not as much of an attack as it is like, you know, hurt yourself. It's more like, hey, it's like Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
So it is that's hostile in a way, but it's hard to. I can't quantify if that is hostile to you. That is your decision to make.
Yeah, I don't think, because in my canon, Alfonz is pretty aware of nature, and he doesn't that's why he stepped up and protected the Fae in the past, and he was only trying to help his friend. So I kind of want to like step to the side and target the running drow.
Okay.
I think it's a bad move, but I think that's what he would do. And I want to send my... so can I move like 30 feet in that direction?
You can. You're
Okay.
30 feet closer. You move 30 feet closer to the drow.
Yeah, I'll send my owl with Shocking Grasp then. Let's do that instead.
Okay. The owl flies down. We'll say that uses 15 feet of movement. The owl has been in the area the whole time.
So that's a 15.
15 does not hit.
Damn.
So your owl, in this moment, your owl swoops down. You see the sparks. All of you see the sparks flying from the owl's claws, talons, and it reaches down and tries to grasp. Actually, it has advantage. Roll again. You have advantage.
Did you add your modifier?
They're restrained.
That's just the spell attack bonus, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So roll again. Take the higher of the two. Because it technically attacks.
That's the higher.
That is the higher. Okay. As you do, it grasps, but it mostly grasps branches and leaves and does not actually get a hold of the drow itself. The attack misses. That is your turn. It goes to the drow. The drow, restrained, still manages to, even though restrained, can attack. It draws its crossbow and fires at the dryad in front of you all, the furthest from you. This is the dryad that is unhit. It has disadvantage on the attack roll because it is restrained. It still hits. It will do an amount of damage, and it fails. The arrow from the crossbow strikes the dryad, and it actually it seems as if it hit something solid, and you see this like dead leaves like kind of creep away from that spot, and it swears in Sylvan. It's just like literal like swear words like fuck, ow. It sounds, Alfonz, although you hear the words in Sylvan, the way it speaks is the sound of rustling in air. It is so essentially it's
That was really, that was really good.
I didn't know you were a parcel mouth, Noah.
exactly. It goes to Ilikhal.
Okay, so you said Pilot and the drow are at the edge of this square,
Yes.
yeah? So I could
Yes.
be within 5 feet and not be in the square?
You could, yes. So you
Right.
can run up right to the edge and be within 5 feet of the
Yeah.
drow and pilot.
Yeah, so I will do exactly that, and I will make
Okay.
a non-lethal attack just in case with my greatsword against the drow.
Against the drow. Okay, go
Yeah,
for it.
just 'cause I don't know how much HP it's at, so
Yep. It looks fine. We will say.
okay, that's
looks-
fine. It doesn't make a
It
difference.
doesn't
if
reduce
it's
the
not
damage,
spell,
does it?
so- No,
No, it just in
Yeah.
case that it would do lethal damage, you do non-lethal.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Oh, I get advantage against it, yeah?
You do. It is restrained.
16?
16 does not hit.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
You swing at it and you slice in. You actually clear some of the branches and things, and it appears it just scrapes along its armor. Does not do any damage.
Damn.
Beefy
Is that
bastard.
all you want to do?
That's pretty much all
You
I
can
can
also
do.
you can still blink if you want to.
Yeah, I could
essentially.
teleport, but I don't really want to.
You don't want to? Okay.
Yeah.
That ends your turn. It goes to the top of the order. Pilot.
I would like to get out of the.
Okay, you use your action. Make a strength check.
That's an 11 on the die.
It is not enough. You still restrained. That is your action.
Hmm.
You still have a bonus action. You can disengage, but you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
can-
I don't feel the need to use my bonus action.
It goes to the dryads. Alfonz, what did you do?
I moved.
You tried
30
to shock the grasp with
feet
drow.
away.
And you moved just away from it.
Mhm.
Dryad is the dryads are like, maybe they're on our side.
Like
don't
one of them
know.
hit us.
The other tried.
The Dryad is going to tree
I
stride
didn't
as
try
well
to.
and appear
No,
from a tree near
Saph
the
did.
drow.
Mm.
The unharmed Dryad so far is going to approach the drow and just try to bash it. That will hit. It does an amount of damage.
I can't believe Alfonz and I both missed.
Yeah.
With
numbers,
advantage.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
it has advantage too. It did not roll a natural 20. Bonks the drow. The drow is like, ah. It says in. It also speaks Sylvan. It like essentially, you're all there. It says, "Piss off, you summary bitch." Is literally the translation. Alfonz, you're the only one who understands. The other two of you hear him. It's Sylvan. It's the same language they're speaking, just not breathy, and a little Cockney. Like he's got a little bit of an accent. Alfonz, you notice that. Very not chill with it. Other Dryad, who cast Entangle, is the other Dryad that has been harmed. You see it across. It appears to solidify even harder. What was leaves and like wind now appears to be turning into like it magically changes and appears to be more like the trunk of a tree. It is more solid in nature now. It looks like a woman made of bark is there now with like she has like a face, but from the neck down she is like tree trunk and she cast bark skin. Goes to Alfonz.
Let's try the Shocking Grasp again.
Okay, make an attack roll with advantage.
19.
That hits.
Finally.
Roll damage. Your owl again swoops down and just gets like just above where the armor meets neck and just grips in and shockingly grasps it.
1.
Okay, 1 damage. Is that all it does? Shocking grasp just the D8 damage?
Yep. And then it can't take a reaction until the start of its next turn.
Okay, that's fine. Its turn is now, so it does not make a reaction. It will attempt to break free. No. It attempts to break free as well. It does not. And that is its turn. It attempts to break free the vines and it cannot. So it does not. Goes to the top or goes to Ilikhal.
Thank you.
Very bottom of the order.
Same thing.
All right. Trying to hit it.
There we go. 19.
That hits. I'm going to assume non-lethal damage until you tell me otherwise.
Yes. Yes, please.
I'm going to be a good deal. I'm not going to be a jerk.
Ooh. 15 damage.
Okay. That appears to hurt it.
I like smack it with my greatsword.
Cleave into it. It looks at you and looks very mad.
Yep. Adds up. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I don't want to teleport.
Yep. I'm trying to decide. It's still fine. It's hurt. It's fine though. Top of the order, Pilot.
I would like to try to break free again.
Okay. Strength roll. Strength check.
Anyone else have queen stuck on their head now?
No.
Yes.
That's a 3.
That's not enough.
Oh my god.
Pilot's still struggling. Pilot is like, not only is Pilot like grasp, Pilot is like, if you look at Pilot's feet are off the ground. Pilot is Pilot is wiggling in Devil's
Wiggling,
Snare.
you say?
Devil's Snare.
Devil's Snare. Goes to the Dryads. The one who casts. There's one right there. Gonna try to bonk again. That will hit. An amount of damage. Other one is going to approach and attempt to bonk as well. And that will miss. So the one that looks like mostly tree bark walks across the rough terrain attempts to swing with now what looks like a full club of bark. Attempts to hit and misses. Does not roll high enough to beat the Drow's AC. That is the Drow. It goes to the Dryad. Goes to Alfonz. Actually, that creature should have only rolled once. It's technically poisoned, so it really misses. It walks across and it swings and completely misses it with a natural 1.
Oof.
Yep, big oof. You can actually see the leaves, like the dying leaves. They're kind of dispersing throughout its entire body now. It looks sick.
No, it's a mistake. I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm not gonna
Make
light
attack
the
roll.
vines on fire. My friends are there.
Yeah.
You can.
That is a
I'll let
20,
Sean
dirty
do
20.
that.
20 hits.
For 6 damage.
Ow. It is looking weathered, like harmed, bloodied, if you will. That is your turn,
Mhm.
unless you want to move closer.
No.
Okay. It is the Drow's turn. It is going to attempt, now that the bark skin one is close, it is going to draw its short sword as best it can and attempt to stab the one that has it restrained. It rolled a natural 20, but it has disadvantage, so it did not roll a natural 20. However, it did still roll high enough. Is that enough? It is not. The bark-skinned Dryad, he draws a sword and cuts it, and it looks like it leaves a large gash in the bark, and you see more of that like sickness start to pass through it. It looks like it's even more. That the bark-skinned Dryad is looking really messed up. It goes to Ilikhal.
Same thing. Don't have
Go
a
for
lot
it.
of tricks.
Yeah?
Both of my dice rolled a 3.
Oh, that's not enough.
Yep. 9's not
It's
enough.
It's not enough. You miss, unfortunately. Ilikhal, in the surprise of the Drow drawing its sword, you slice and go wide. Just unfortunately so.
Oh man.
Goes top of the order. Pilot, you're up.
Like to break free.
Okay, make a strength check.
No.
Does a 12?
No,
No. Okay.
it doesn't. It doesn't. Unfortunately,
Oh man.
you get
Ilikhal, you just gotta
closer, though.
grab him and like yank him out.
You're close. Pilot's still struggling.
At least you're not taking
You
damage.
feel like that worked a lot better. You feel like that time you were real close though. Like you were like 2 away. Goes to the Dryads. They're both gonna try and bonk again. Non-bark skin one hits. A lot of damage. Pretty messed up. Bark skin one also hits. Also hit pretty hard. Yeah, they both bonking real quick. You noticed, the two of you each noticed their clubs also look magical somehow. Goes to Alfonz.
Got half a mind to cast light. Because it's deadly fun, but it might sulk in the sun. But no, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay, there is sunlight here currently.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nat 20 plus 5, 25.
Nat 20 automatically hits. Roll your damage dice twice.
Sweet. Plus 8. Nice. So that is a 14 damage.
Nice.
Nice.
I was looking really messed up.
My first nat 20 in attack.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Come on,
Hell
Noah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It is.
He
Hell
doesn't
yeah.
care. There it
Thank
is.
you.
It is the
Thank you.
Drow's turn. I'm just trying to figure out what it's trying to do. You see the Drow. He's struggling, and he shouts some arcane words in a 15-foot radius around him. So accompanying Pilot, the Dryads, Ilikhal himself. Complete darkness. Pilot and Ilikhal, it is like you close your eyes. It's worse than it's like closing your eyes at night. You cannot see an inch in front of your face. You are essentially blind.
All right.
Darkness?
Same with yes, it is darkness. It is it casts darkness.
Can you see through darkness?
You see,
Yeah.
you would know magical darkness A creature with dark vision can't see through the darkness, and non-magical light can't illuminate it.
They would have to have like true sight, right?
Yes. True sight will see through magical darkness. Can also see invisibility. Alfonz, you see just a bubble of blackness condense around this entire fight, about reaching about halfway out to where you are, between you and the stuff. Your owl. Should you look through your senses with your owl? Completely. Ilikhal, you're up.
All right.
Darkness.
I know I can't see. I would like to
cannot.
attempt to break Ronald out of the branches.
Okay. You reach forward
I was gonna do this anyway, and then there was darkness, and I'm like, whatever.
and you grasp branches. Roll a d6.
I remember where they were, though.
Yeah?
They were right there.
Yeah. They're both right there. Roll a d6.
But I know which side which one was on.
Uh,
I got a 1. I don't know what this
okay.
means.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Watch this one too, Theo. Love of God.
Well, I get advantage because I'm raging.
You are raging.
Yeah.
You do get advantage.
I mean, I could feel if they're hard or not. Don't take that out of context.
3 screams just dying of laughter. You can. There's a creature within these lines.
Where are you
like,
grabbing?
Strength with advantage.
One of them's made out of metal, Kay.
Me just rethinking my entire character.
God damn it.
Oh my god. Imagine how terrible it is. Ronald is constantly hard.
Oh. Gross. I'm Ronald Kendall. That's me. That's how I think about it. All right. Strength check with advantage.
Oh, 23.
Okay, you reach out and you tear away vines.
I really
and
hope
leaves
this
and
is
things.
Ronald.
You feel the creature being held pull onto the ground. Goes to the top of the order. Pilot, you're free.
Okay. I didn't fuck it up.
It was hard. It was hard.
It was hard.
It is dark. You cannot see. You've been
Is it-
broken free.
Could I feel for the drow in the darkness?
You can. What?
Are they
I
hard?
need more information about your intent to decide if that takes an action.
I just want to know where the drow is in comparison to me.
Okay, you can use your action to make a perception check to determine the location of the drow.
That's a 13.
You reach out. You know that the drow was within 10 feet around you. Like, you're in a 5-foot square, they're in a 5-foot square. You reach out, you bonk Ilikhal. Like, you feel too tall to be drow. Too muscly. Very nice.
It was hard.
Feel the
It's
pet.
so cursed.
You not get a definite idea of where the drow is.
But knowing where bonking Ilikhal by accident, I step in front of Ilikhal.
Just kind of hold on to me.
Okay, you are aware of where Ilikhal is. Ilikhal is definitely aware of where you are. You will not attack each other by mistake.
Yeah,
Going forward.
that's
Cool.
all
That's
I need
helpful.
to do for now.
Okay.
I just need to step in front of Ilikhal in between the drow, presumably.
Okay. It goes to the dryads. One steps back and out of the darkness.
Smart.
And the drow will make a attack with disadvantage as a reaction.
Did it walk by the drow?
It left the
Yeah.
drows. It can make a
Yeah.
attack of opportunity with disadvantage. It was in melee range.
Okay, I see.
Alfonz, you're the only one that sees this. You see the dryad step out of the darkness, and a sword flashes from... No, you wouldn't see it because it's 15 feet. The dryad, Ilikhal and Pilot hear the wisp of the dryad moving away, and the struggle as the drow does something. And then you again hear that awful scream as potentially the dryad dies. The other dryad will attempt to attack the drow. Will hit. You hear a bonk and a fall as something happens. The darkness immediately gone.
God damn it.
I had a plan.
And laying in front of you, potentially dead, is the drow. And the dryad is standing there.
The dryads, they're kind of friendly, so I would like to... Are we out of initiative? That's my question.
No, because
Okay.
you did attack them. Yeah, then you didn't attack them. Pilot attacked them.
And
Alfonz attacked them.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty messed up. It'll call your turn.
I didn't go.
Oh.
Did you want... Oh no, Alfonz, your turn. Sorry. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Darkness completely fades. Dryad standing there over the body of the drow, completely enwrapped in leaves and vines.
I don't know what to do here. I don't know.
This is not the one you cast magic missile on. This is the one that tried to charm you.
You could try to talk to them. You speak Sylvan.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll walk towards the rest of the group, because I'm still 30 feet out, right?
Yep.
And can I just say, in Sylvan, has this matter been resolved?
Okay, what are you... So, if you want this to be your action, what are you attempting...
Well,
to...
talking is a free action.
Yeah, so talking is a free action, so you can just ask a question, but it's not going to do anything. It doesn't have to answer you.
Yeah.
I trust
no one ever does.
Right. But if you're trying to like persuade it, you're friendly. I want you to roll persuasion. If you're trying to like intimidate it,
no. It's friendly. It's friendly. No.
Okay. Are you attempting to gain anything by saying this, or are you just saying it?
I'm saying it to see if, like, to try to end the encounter. Trying to persuade it that we're not gonna fight. I can roll.
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering if this is something action worthy, like, or you like also do you want to like, cast magic missile? Like
no.
Yeah,
I'm asking if it's fine.
Yeah.
It's over. Wait, and that's a 14.
Okay. It like looks at you. It's really messed up. It is very wounded animal state right now. You can tell that. It is not in a good place. It doesn't necessarily answer yet, but we'll get around to it on its turn. Ilikhal, your turn.
I would like to check if the drow is dead.
The drow is currently unconscious.
Okay. And it is still restrained. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, like if it woke up, I mean.
Yes, for now. It is magically held in place.
Okay. Which dryad died?
The one behind you.
One died.
The one
The one not wearing bark?
Yes, the one wearing bark is currently the one standing there.
Okay. So she could like get rid of the vines, but I think
if she had died, the vines would be gone.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna do anything other than that.
Okay. Stand by. Would you like to ready an action, just in case?
If she attacks any of our party, I would like. Can I like try to attack her?
Yes. How would you like to attack her if she tries to attack anybody?
With my greatsword.
She is 10 feet away, so you can't reach. It was you, drow, bark skin dryad.
Okay, then with a
you
hand.
would have to move closer.
Then with a hand axe.
Okay, you're readying the action and throwing the hand axe.
Yeah.
Should they do that?
Yeah.
Goes top of the order. Pilot.
I would like to stand. I would like to move to in between the drow and the dryad, and
Okay.
hold action rapier. And
Interesting.
as a bonus action, I would like to ask Alfonz to ask the dryad what they want.
Okay, you can do that as a free action. You just like, hey, ask it what it wants.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That is a free action. So you yell at Alfonz. It goes to the dryad. Dryad, unconcerned about whether or not the drow is actually dead, appears pretty dead. Ilikhal, because you looked, you note unconsciousness. The dryad's going to step back and is going to put its hand on a tree, and it's going to like kind of meld into the tree, and it moves somewhere else, out of view, a distance.
So are we out of initiative now?
Yes.
Are the vines gone?
Yes. As the creature steps into the tree and appears to leave, the vines ungrow. They disperse would be the word, right?
Recede.
Okay.
Can I do a medic check on the drow?
To stabilize it, potentially?
Yeah.
Roll medicine.
I'd like to try to if that fails, because I've kind of got to think
You
this.
can have her roll with advantage by
Okay.
helping right now. Pilot rolls with advantage.
Ilikhal just vibes.
Vibin. Always.
Yeah, always.
I rolled a 17 on medicine check.
Okay, that's going to be enough.
Thanks, Alfonz.
No problem.
Yes. Okay. From what you were aware, the drow has been stabilized. It is no longer dying. It is still unconscious. It is just unconscious. You have an unconscious drow. As the things recede, you notice it's wearing a cloak. It has a... Oh, this is going to be really interesting. Sorry. You guys did something that I didn't think was going to be possible. Nor did I think you would attempt. Nor did I think the dryads would put up that much of a fight, honestly. As always. Gotta love D&D. The drow is wearing studded leather armor and carrying a shield. The shield is silver. This is kind of like the motif running throughout the drow. Is this like silver and black? The shield is silvered around the edge. It's silver. It might be actual silver. Around, it is a kite shield. It has a short sword and a hand crossbow. It is wearing studded leather armor. It is wearing a cloak. And it has, in like looking at it, if you pull it, its like hood all the way back, it has a mohawk with long hair, and so it's like kind of folded over to one side. So it's like down the side. So one side of the head is completely shaved, and the undercut is completely shaved as well. In examining it, make an investigation check. As many of you as you would like, and just looking at it. There's an unconscious drow here. Let's see what you actually notice.
I've got a 16.
Solid.
Tell me about its brooch.
I've got worse.
Okay.
Got a 17.
17. Yeah. It is wearing a brooch. It is wearing a brooch that looks just like yours.
Mm-hmm.
The one you were wearing.
Winter.
Like so you reach out and touch it. It is cold to the touch. Pilot, you notice in like looking at it as you like look through like as you're looking at it, you notice on its shield looks perfectly black, but you note it is textured. As you look at it, it actually has emblematic. It has design on it. It's just when you're looking straight onto it, it looks black. But you can't exactly, in the sunlight especially, you can't tell. And you would like take a shield, and it looks like maybe in like lower light you'd be able to tell a little better, or you can kind of feel the designs in it. With like through touch, you can tell there are designs there, but they're not showing up inside.
Okay. Can I take all the weapons off of him?
Yep. He's got a crossbow and short sword. That's it.
Okay.
We probably should tie him up and wake him up, maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of what we did with those scouts, but less violent, maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Sure. Maybe.
Do any of us have rope? Did we establish this?
I think we got some last time, so I'm gonna assume we still have it.
We're giving Noah a headache.
There's rope.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
rope.
All right, let's tie him on like the shady side of a tree.
Yeah.
At least make him comfortable.
Not gonna
Okay.
torture him. Yeah, tie him to a tree in the shade.
Yeah. You tie him to a tree. He is unconscious and tied to a tree.